A politics equals professional Bullsh tea delivery service package lying. You ever notice politics isn't really about solving problems? It's about selling you problems you didn't even know you had, then offering solutions that don't work. It's like a salesman who breaks your window and then tries to sell you glass insurance. That's politics. The whole business model is Bullsh delivery. And not just any Bullsh, polished, perfumed, gift-wrapped Bullsh tea. They deliver it straight to your head every election season. And most people line up like it's Amazon Prime. Every politician is a professional Bullsh artist. They train for it, they rehearse it, they polish it. You think those speeches are about truth? No. They're rehearsed performances designed to make you feel good while nothing changes. Their main job isn't to govern. It's to deliver the Bullsh in just the right tone, with the right smile, so you don't notice your pockets are empty and your rights are gone. The left, the right, doesn't matter. One side promises hope, the other promises fear. But both deliver the same package. More power for them, less control for you. That's the only delivery guarantee. And if you complain, they blame the other guy, then sell you more Bullsh tea about how this time it'll be different. Spoiler alert, won't. They stand up there with slogans, change, or freedom, or prosperity. These aren't ideas, they're buzzwords. They're the packaging tape on the Bullsh tea box. The real message is always the same. Keep the system running, keep the people distracted, and keep the money flowing upward. That's it in the public. We eat it up. We sit in front of the TV, nodding along, cheering for our team. It's like rooting for the delivery guy. Doesn't matter if it's UPS or FedEx, you're still getting a box full of nothing. And at the end of the day, the Bullsh tea gets delivered, you sign for it, and they go home laughing. You ever notice politics isn't about truth, it's about performance? That's the big scam. People keep thinking they're electing leaders, but what they're really electing are actors. Professional performers with nice haircuts and rehearsed hand gestures, trained to look sincere while spewing complete nonsense. These people don't talk to you, they perform for you. And the stage is the news, the podium, the debate, the town hall. They're not telling you what's real, they're delivering a script. And it's a script designed not to inform, but to soothe. That's all politics is, comfort food for the confused. They don't want to tell you the truth because the truth doesn't sell. The truth is ugly, complicated, depressing. Nobody votes for ugly, complicated, depressing. So what do? They polish up the lies, spray some cologne on them, and shove them in your ears with a smile. It's not information, it's packaging. And they're damn good at it. They've been practicing for decades. You think that senator spent time learning policy? No. He spent it learning how to adjust his tie in front of the camera so he looks trustworthy. You think your governor memorized facts? No, he memorized punchlines. He's a stand-up comic without the laughs. And the few laughs you do get are scripted to make him look relatable. Watch a debate sometime. Don't listen to the words. Watch the rhythm. It's like a Broadway show. They pause for applause. They smile at the right moment. They fake outrage at just the right pitch. It's rehearsed down to the second. And people sit at home, beer in hand, nodding along, thinking they're watching democracy at work. You're not watching democracy, you're watching theater. Bad theater. Awesome. Cheap theater. Off-Broadway garbage with corporate sponsors. And the politicians know it. They know exactly what they're doing. They don't respect the truth because they don't need to. Truth doesn't win election. Bullsh wins elections. Simple, emotional, repeatable Bullsh. A nice slogan you can put on a bumper sticker. A freedom. A prosperity. You can't sell the truth on a bumper sticker. The system is corrupt. The rich are in charge. You're screwed. That doesn't fit on a lawn sign. Doesn't exactly inspire campaign donations either. So they keep it simple, polished, and completely hollow. That's the formula. And it works because people don't want reality. They want reassurance. They want someone in a suit to tell them everything will be fine if they just pull the right lever in the voting booth. And every time, they fall for it. It's like a magic trick. The magician waves one hand with a slogan, and while you're clapping, the other hand is emptying your pockets. That's politics. These guys are professional Bullsh tea artists. It's not even an insult. It's a job description. They don't just lie. Anyone can lie. These people perform lies. They sculpt them. They sand off the rough edges, rehearse the delivery, and present it like a gourmet meal. It's the difference between some guy telling you, I'll be there tomorrow, when he won't, and then a politician telling you, we're building a brighter future together. When he knows he's selling you out tomorrow afternoon, it's not casual dishonesty, it's an art form. And the audience, the public, gives standing ovations. Look at campaign ads. Those are movie trailers for Bullsh tea. Dramatic music, waving flags, slow-motion handshakes. This man cares about you. No, he doesn't. He cares about getting elected. He cares about staying in office. He cares about pleasing the people who cut the checks. You're just the background noise. You're the extras in the scene. And you still clap for him because the ad told you to feel inspired. And when they get on stage, they don't even bother hiding it anymore. Watch how they pivot questions. Some reporter asks a real question, something uncomfortable, and the politician immediately slides into a rehearsed talking point. It's like a jukebox. Put in a quarter, out comes the song. Doesn't matter the question, the answer's the same. We're committed to the future. We believe in America. We're fighting for families. These aren't answers, they're prepackaged sound bites designed to fit neatly into the evening news. That's not truth. That's marketing. The scary part is people know it. Deep down, everyone knows these people are full of it. Every poll says voters don't trust politicians. Approval ratings are in the toilet. And yet, every election season, here we go again. Everyone lines up, listens to the same recycled speeches, nods, and picks their favorite Bullsh tea artist. It's like going to a used car lot knowing the salesman is lying, but still buying the car because you like the color. You can see the conditioning at work. People actually argue about which liar is more honest. My guy lies less than your guy. That's the level we're at. Nobody's demanding truth. They're demanding a more pleasant flavor of Bullsh tea. And the politicians know it. They don't even try to fix the system. They just try to outperform the other liar. Who can look more trustworthy while feeding you nothing? Who can cry on cue? Who can hug more babies without looking like a creep? That's the contest. Not truth, not solutions. Performance. And the media plays along because they're in the same business, sell drama. They don't want truth either. Truth is boring. Truth doesn't get ratings. So they hype up the theater, turn it into a sport. Who won the debate? Nobody won the debate. There was no debate. It was two actors reciting lines written by staffers. But the news calls it a battle, a clash, a historic moment. All staged, all rehearsed, all delivered with the confidence of a circus ringmaster selling tickets to the next show. So politics becomes this endless loop of Bullsh tea delivery. They tell you what you want to hear, you pretend to believe it, and everyone plays along until the next cycle. And it works because people prefer the performance to the truth. The truth would mean you'd have to do something. You'd have to wake up, question the system, maybe even change it. And that's too much work. So people settle for a little entertainment, a little reassurance, and another empty promise delivered with a perfect smile. Both sides deliver the same package. That's the joke nobody likes to admit. People think there's this big difference between the left and the right, like they're choosing between two totally different worlds. But if you've been paying attention for more than 5 minutes, you know better. The labels change, the slogans change, the mascots change, but the delivery truck is always the same. And inside the box, the same product, same smell, same aftertaste. It's like buying cereal. One box has a donkey, the other has an elephant, but inside it's the same stale flakes of crap. You pour milk on it, it still tastes like cardboard. They put on a big show about being enemies. One side yells about freedom, the other yells about fairness. One side promises to protect you from the poor, the other side promises to protect you from the rich. They scream at each other on TV, point fingers, wave their hands, and everyone thinks it's this epic battle of ideas. It's not. It's two professional wrestlers pretending to hate each other before going out for drinks after the match. It's scripted conflict, designed to distract you while they pick your pocket. And the public buys into it every single time. You ever notice how no matter who wins, you don't? Doesn't matter if it's red ties or blue ties, your life doesn't suddenly get better. Taxes don't magically shrink, wages don't magically rise, the roads don't get fixed, the schools don't stop sucking. Same problems year after year, decade after decade. The only thing that changes is the packaging. The same Bullsh tea is delivered with different wrapping paper. The Republicans hand you a box with an eagle on it. The Democrats slap a rainbow sticker on theirs. But when you open it up, surprise, it's the same old nothing. That's because the game isn't about fixing anything. It's about keeping the show running. Both sides are playing for the same team. And spoiler alert, it ain't your team. It's the donors, the corporations, the lobbyists. That's who gets the real delivery service. You think the politicians care about you. You're just the audience clapping at the circus. The real customers are sitting in boardrooms, writing checks, making sure whichever clown wins, the delivery gets made. And the package is always the same. More power for them, less control for you. Every election they tell you, this time it's different. Oh sure, this time they really mean it. This time the Democrats are going to fix healthcare. This time the Republicans are going to shrink government. And what happens? 4 years later, nothing's fixed. Government's bigger, and they're already selling you the next box of promises. And people still buy it. That's the amazing part. People complain, they moan, they say they're all liars. But when election season comes around, they put on their hats, wave their little signs, and line up to cheer for their favorite delivery guy. It's like ordering fast food. You know it's garbage, you know it's going to make you sick, but you convince yourself this time, maybe it'll be different. Maybe this time the burger won't taste like rubber. And then you eat it, and surprise, it's still garbage. Politics works the same way. Different wrappers, same grease, same poison. And the politicians, they love it. They love that people think the two sides are opposites. Keeps everyone fighting. Keeps you busy arguing with your neighbor instead of paying attention to the scam. My team's better than your team. No, they're not. They're both terrible. They're both owned. They both answer to the same bosses. You think the oil companies care whether it's a Democrat or Republican taking their phone call. No. They're happy either way because the delivery gets made. Tax breaks, loopholes, deregulation. It doesn't matter who's in charge, the corporations always win. The slogans are different, but that's just branding. Democrats say a hope and a progress, Republicans say a freedom and a family. It's all the same tape on the same empty box. These words are prose. They don't mean anything. They're designed to trigger your emotions, not your brain. They want you feeling, not thinking. Because if you think too much, you'll realize both sides are playing the same game, and the only losers are the people buying the Bullsh tea. It's funny when people argue over which side is more corrupt. That's like asking which garbage can smells better. They both stink. But people cling to their team because it's easier than admitting the whole system is rigged. It's comforting to think your guys are the good guys. People want to believe they're making a difference, that pulling that little lever in the booth actually changes something. It doesn't. It just decides which delivery guy shows up with the box this time. And the media plays it up like it's life or death. This election is the most important in history. They say that every 4 years. Every damn election is the most important ever. And yet here we are, same problem, same Bullsh tea, same delivery service. The hype never matches the product. They promise you a miracle, and you end up with a box of empty slogans and a bill you can't pay. That's the scam. That's the reason nothing changes, because it's not designed to change. It's designed to look like it's changing while staying the same. It's a professional Bullsh tea delivery service, and both sides are just different drivers of the same truck. One wears a red cap, one wears a blue cap, but they both unload the same crap on your doorstep, ring the bell, and run off to cash their checks, dot the public signs for the Bullsh tea. That's the punchline. Politicians don't get away with it because they're geniuses. They get away with it because people let them. It's like a delivery guy showing up at your door with a package marked empty promises. And you still sign your name on the dotted line. Not only that, you thank him, tip him, and take a picture with the box. That's the level of gullibility we're talking about. The politicians may be professional liars, but the public? Professional suckers. Every election season, the whole country turns into a fan club. People pick their favorite liar and treat him like a rock star. They wear the hats, wave the flags, chant the slogans. It's like a sporting event. You see them on TV in big crowds, screaming their lungs out for a guy who couldn't care less if they lived or died. But because he delivered the Bullsh tea in the right tone, with the right buzzwords, suddenly he's a hero. It's like worshiping the weatherman because he told you it might be sunny. You're still wet in the rain, but you clap anyway. And the best part is, people defend their Bullsh tea delivery guy to the death. Doesn't matter how many times he lies, flips, cheats, or sells them out. They'll twist themselves into knots to justify it. Well, he didn't mean it that way. Well, he had no choice. Well, the other guy's worse. There's always an excuse. Always a reason to stay loyal. It's like being in a bad marriage where your partner cheats on you every week. And you still say, but deep down, he loves me. No, he doesn't. He loves himself, and he loves the paycheck. People actually argue with each other over which box of Bullsh is better. If candidate's Bullsh is more honest than your candidate's Bullsh tea. That's the argument. Like comparing flavors of poison. But people treat it like life or death, like they're soldiers in some grand war. They fight with their families, lose friends, scream at strangers online, all to defend the honor of a professional liar. And the liar's sitting back laughing, cashing checks, shaking hands with lobbyists, while his supporters rip each other apart. That's how you know the scam works. When people fight over who delivers the lies better, instead of asking why the lies are all they ever get. And the rituals, oh boy, the rituals. The voting booth, the debates, the campaign rallies. It's all theater, and the public eats it up like popcorn. People get dressed up, no stand in line for hours, pull the lever, and walk out like they just saved the world. I did my civic duty. No, you didn't. You signed for the package. You stamped it with approval. You said, please deliver more of the same crap right to my door. That's not civic duty. That's consumer loyalty. You're just a customer of the Bullsh tea delivery service. And don't forget the excuses after the delivery. The box shows up, you open it, it's empty. Nothing inside. Did the public complain? Nope. They shrug and say, well, maybe next time. Next time? How many next times do you need before you realize the box is always empty? But people love to hope. Hope is the fuel that keeps the scam alive. If people ever stopped hoping, the system would collapse in a week. But no, hope keeps them signing for delivery after delivery, year after year, decade after decade, like junkies waiting for the next fix. You can see how conditioned people are when they celebrate the smallest crumbs. A politician delivers nothing, absolutely nothing, but throws them a little speech, a symbolic gesture, maybe signs some meaningless proclamation, and people lose their minds. See, he cares. No, he doesn't care. He threw you a crumb so you'd shut up and keep cheering, and it works every time. People are like dogs at the table wagging their tails for scraps while the politicians feast on the whole damn meal. The saddest part is people know they're being screwed. You talk to anyone on the street, they'll tell you straight. Yeah, politicians lie, the system's corrupt, the game's rigged. They know, but they still play along. They still vote, still argue, still act like their little participation matters. It's like going to a rigged carnival game and handing over your money even after you've seen the guy bend the rules. Maybe I'll win this time. No, you won't. The house always wins. The delivery guy always gets paid, and you always end up holding an empty box. It's a cycle of abuse, and the public is hooked on it. They want to believe. They need to believe. They need to believe. Because if they stopped believing, they'd have to face the truth. That the whole system is a scam. That their votes don't matter. That the leaders don't represent them. And that truth is too heavy, too depressing, too real. So they cling to the illusion, sign for the Bullsh tea, and convince themselves it's all part of a democracy. And that's why nothing ever changed. Because the delivery system doesn't just depend on the liars. It depends on the people who accept the lies, defend the lies, celebrate the lies. The system runs on voluntary ignorance. People pay for the subscription, renew it every 4 years, and keep the service alive. They don't cancel. They don't demand a refund. They just keep signing for the same crap, smiling as they carry the empty box into their homes and telling their kids, this is how freedom works. So here's where it all lands. Politics is nothing but a glorified delivery scam. The politicians are the drivers, the corporations are the senders, and the public are the suckers signing at the door. One side promises hope. The other side promises fear, but both sides drop off the same empty box every damn time. And the people? They line up for it, they cheer for it, they fight over which driver wears the better uniform, and they keep pretending the next delivery will finally be different. It won't. You don't live in a democracy. You live in a Bullsh tea subscription service. The packaging keeps changing, the slogans keep changing, but the product never does. And as long as people keep signing for it, as long as they keep playing along, the delivery will never stop. That's the big con. They don't need to force you into it. You volunteer. You renew the scam yourself, and you call it freedom.